You probably don't think you're being controlled. You think you're choosing what you watch, what you read, who you follow. But what if I told you the choice was never really yours? Every tap, every pause, every scroll feeds an invisible machine. It learns you faster than you can change. Then it uses that knowledge to keep you there. This is what Jaron Lanier calls behavioral modification. Social media doesn't just react to you, it shapes you. Slowly, gently, like water wearing away stone. The likes, the outrage, the reward. The algorithm is the puppeteer and you're the marionette. The scariest part, you don't even feel the strings. Ever reached for your phone without knowing why? That wasn't a habit, that was programming. These platforms are engineered intentionally to hijack your psychology, to trigger craving, to spark fear of missing out, to turn you into a user in the most addictive sense of the word. Your feed isn't neutral. It's not just showing you what's popular. It's showing you what keeps you engaged. And what keeps you engaged is conflict, insecurity, outrage. This is not random. It's calculated. Because the longer you stay, the more data they collect, the more ads they sell, the more you disappear into the scroll. The good news? You can step out. Not with force, not with judgment, but with awareness. Recognize the design. Reclaim your attention. And remember, the most revolutionary act in a world of manipulation is to simply log off. You're not addicted. You're being controlled. And you get to choose whether that continues. We used to talk. We used to listen. Now we perform. Online conversations have become echo chambers. Louder, sharper, and emptier. The truth used to be something we sought. Now it's something we scroll past. Social media doesn't show you what's true. It shows you what's engaging. And what's engaging? Outrage, extremes, emotion. Algorithms push content that provokes, not educates. The result? Reality fragments. We stop trusting facts and each other. On social media, we curate our circles. We mute. We unfollow. We block anything that challenges our views. At first, it feels safe, like community. But slowly, the walls close in. We're no longer talking with others. We're just hearing ourselves echoed back. Real empathy requires slowness, presence, the willingness to sit with someone else's discomfort. Social media gives us none of that. It turns pain into content, vulnerability into performance. We start seeing people as avatars, not as humans. And when we stop seeing each other, listening becomes impossible. But here's the good news. You can rebuild your capacity to listen. Log off, slow down, look someone in the eye. Read a book instead of a comment. Call instead of text. Ask instead of assuming. The algorithm divides us. But your presence, that's what brings us back together. When you leave the feed, you remember something simple. Listening is a radical act. And you still know how. Every time you open your favorite app, someone gets paid. But it's not you. You think you're the customer. But you're not. You're the product. Social media platforms are not built to serve you. They are built to sell you. Not your money, your time, your attention, your behavior. Every second you spend online is tracked, measured, packaged, and sold to advertisers. You are not the user. You are the commodity. They know what you like, what makes you angry, when you feel lonely, when you stop scrolling. They build a profile so accurate it can predict what you'll do next, and then sell that prediction. That's not connection. That's control, monetized. If you're not paying for the product, you are the product. That's not a quote. It's a warning. Free apps cost us something far more valuable than money. Our privacy, our peace, our power to choose. You don't have to be tracked. You don't have to be sold. You can reclaim your digital life. It starts with asking, who profits from my attention, and what am I getting in return? The answer may be uncomfortable, but it may also be the first step to freedom. You are not a product. You are not a profile. You are a person, and it's time to live like one again. Have you noticed it? How online everyone seems a little sharper, a little crueler? That's not a coincidence. It's by design. Social media doesn't reward compassion. It rewards reaction. The algorithm doesn't care if you're kind, only if you're engaging. And what's engaging? Outrage, sarcasm, shame. These rise to the top because they make people click, argue, and stay. Slowly, without realizing it, we start to perform anger. Because it works. The more we engage online, the more we become what the platform rewards. You may not even notice it at first. A snarky comment here, a mocking meme there. But over time, it changes you. The self that posts isn't always the self you want to be. It's a distorted version, optimized for attention, not truth. Online, people become profiles. Not friends, not strangers, just objects to respond to. And it's easier to be cruel to an object, to forget there's a human being on the other side. This is how empathy erodes, quietly, incrementally. Not because you're heartless, but because the system trains you not to care. You are not mean. You are not broken. You are reacting to a system that thrives on your worst impulses, but you can stop. You can choose presence over performance, conversation over confrontation, silence over snark. Step away from the comment section. Step back into yourself. The internet may reward cruelty, but real life still responds to kindness. Log off. Be human again. What happens when the noise stops? When the scrolling ends? When you step away, not to punish yourself, but to return to something more real? At first, you'll reach for your phone, out of habit, out of muscle memory. You'll feel discomfort, boredom, even anxiety. That's not failure. That's withdrawal. You've trained your brain to seek stimulation, and now you're giving it stillness. It will feel strange, and then it will feel good. Without the feed, you start to look up. The sky, the people around you, your own breath. You begin to notice your thoughts again, not the ones pushed on you, but the quiet ones, the true ones. Before likes, before followers, you had hobbies, curiosity, solitude, depth. When you unplug, those parts return, not all at once, but steadily, as if they were waiting patiently for your attention. You don't just quit an app. You reclaim your mind, your time, your focus, your presence. And in that quiet, you find something that algorithms can't replicate. Meaning, peace, enoughness. Quitting isn't the end. It's the beginning of being here again, of being human again.